You know, I absolutely love designing gardens, but my next favourite thing to do in the world is go and look at other people's. And today, I've got an absolute big beauty for you. I'm at Matcham on the New South Wales Central Coast, and I'm taking a tour with plantsman and garden designer Michael Cook. This is very impressive, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
It's like turning up to a park.
It is a park, yeah.
It is a park, that's exactly what it is. And the autumn colour, I mean, at this time of year, it's just spectacular, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we've really got it at the right moment.
How far does it go? How big is the garden?
Our garden's about 3 acres.
And there's one thing missing. Where's the house that goes with the garden? There's no, is this the house, the shed?
So the house, there is sort of like a house site, but there's no home on this block yet.
I guess they don't want to put a blemish on the garden, which is, you know,
no, I
credit
think they're just enjoying the garden so much like it is. The owner said a little while ago that she loves the block so much a house would probably spoil the garden.
So large and expansive, but then there's all these little points that want to draw you there.
There's little sort of island beds, there's tracks in through different ways, and they create different microclimates and different places to grow different varieties of plants.
Yeah, it's really lovely. I can't wait. Should we keep going?
Sure.
So I love the planting combination here of purple salvia, the silver foliage, rusty miscanthus with the stone wall.
I think silver is sort of my way of combining all these other plants together.
They're so tactile, aren't they? You just want to grab them and touch them. They draw you to the planting.
Yeah, they're really velvety. Yeah.
That one's Leucantha, isn't it?
Leucantha, Santa Barbara. There's salvias everywhere. There's probably 20 different sorts in the garden.
OK, yeah, because there's a yellow one over there, isn't there?
Yeah, there's Madrensis for the shade. They love this time of year. It is their
when they're showing
their
off.
season to shine.
Yeah.
So they're definitely autumn is the best season, and then after flowering, we just leave them for as long as possible, maybe first frost, and then we just cut them right down to the ground.
And the same as the miscanthus as well?
Yeah, exactly the same. So all the grasses, we just grab them, pick them up by the hair and just chop them off.
It's satisfying doing it, isn't it? It's really satisfying. And then in the centre of this bed, you've got this sort of skyrocket of a date palm as well. And that came in not too dissimilar to the size it is now.
Back of a truck, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. That would have been fun to bring in.
Great gardening, yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty terrible at tennis, but if I was going to have a tennis court, it'd be a grass one, that's for sure.
No, I'm with you with that.
Michael, this part of the garden would be incredibly tricky to plant. You've got these huge turpentines, so you've got dry shade.
Yeah, so it is one of the hardest spots to get things to do well, yeah.
But you've managed to replicate the shape and form throughout the garden, so it still feels like one project.
Yeah, so it's my silver foliage again, so I love that silver. So silver everywhere, but I guess what I love about this one is the plants come from all different parts of the world, but it's just that silver combining with that dark green is really what the hero is here for me.
Yeah, that strobilanthes just really has a sunbeam of light down into the lower story, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that, yeah.
Yeah. And then the Indian hawthorn as well. I mean, that's tough as old boots, pretty much grows anywhere, doesn't it?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, really lovely spot.
A little more tough, a little bit stronger, a little more grip.
Who says autumn colour has to be about falling leaves? Take a look at these tropical cannas. That orange, it's just an absolute brilliant shot of colour. We know that miscanthus must be one of Michael's favourite plants because he's used it everywhere and lots of different varieties. Here in a mass, it just makes this fantastic wave through the garden. Behind me, you can see the giant upright version, and over there, the rounded, smaller shaped ones works perfectly with the box. What I love about all of them, though, is when the light hits them, they just light up like candles. This whole garden is a giant triangle that drops down and it gets deeper and deeper as you go into it. And I love that because it really draws you in and intrigues you. To my right here are some fantastic crepe myrtles, and they've been kept really small by pollarding them, which is a fantastic way to get a tree into a small garden. In this technique, branches are pruned from the treetop to encourage growth below and create a dense ball-like canopy. And then the repeat of materials, the stones and then the salvias, is just a really lovely way to tie it together. Right down here feels like a really intimate space, and it's got this fantastic feature. Now, this has come from a jam factory, but it just makes an amazing sculptural element. And yet another area in this fantastic garden, and coming with it It's a downpour.
Yeah,
This is fantastic.
we're not allowed to complain about the rain.
Can't
Yeah.
complain about the rain. It is amazing. So, Michael, the planting is very different down here, isn't it?
Yeah, so a little bit of native planting here because the water levels come up quite high, so the water does go over the bridge here. So we've used lamandra just to hold back the bank and just stop everything washing down the creek further. And see just the native tree ferns and things come up too.
And the Nissa behind you is absolutely spectacular, isn't it?
It's great, isn't it? So just using the right plant for the right spot. So Nissa likes a little bit more water, so it does beautifully here.
So if someone wanted to create a garden on a large scale like this, what would your #1 tip be?
Enjoy the journey.
Yes.
You know, so big gardens take time. Small garden, plant a tree. It's quite small, looks good, but big gardens, you need to dream big.
Dream big.
Yep.
I like it. Dream big.